20th of Kythorn, 1501. Tonight, of the dusk of the summer solstice, it comes to great sorrow that I learn my wife, my beloved lady, Delina, is suffering from a strange illness that no cleric or doctor seems to know how to cure, especially on the brink of moving to the material plane via our private airship come tomorrow afternoon. If anything can be done to save her in the world beyond, I will not rest until it is found. I must find a cure, since without her, what can I be as a nobleman with a broken heart? 2nd of Flame Rule, 1501. It has been just over a week since our private airship crossed the dimensional gateway from Eberron to the material plane. I admit, if my wife were here, I'm sure that the fresh air of this plane would surely do her good than the vile filth that Eberron has become. I had purchased a manor in this quaint little town, a peaceful place, where I may settle down and enjoy a comfortable life, away from what my home has become. I brought a special bottle of Nar Lavion Anve, a special Erini 1501, that I hope, once my darling is restored, we can share and indulge ourselves into, like we used to in our younger days. I also ensured that the servants installed those ice boxes and these arcane fire pits by House Galander properly. They cost me a lot to have them installed, and I can't risk them getting damaged. Not like I will find any artificers here, as there don't seem to be any roaming around like back home. "30th of Uktar, 1501. It has been 3 months since I came to this dimension. The people here are not used to a Kalashtar among them, but they are starting to come around, as I have been invited into their town council to discuss issues with the town. I have even hired many from the town to be my servants at the manor. Yet, despite my efforts, Vakri is already becoming restless. As to why, he won't tell me, and that is concerning me. I will try speaking with him within our shared dream to see what troubles him. Meanwhile, a merchant, this strange yellow-clad halfling, came to my door. Although he was polite, something about him made my skin crawl. Vakri sensed it too. He told me that he could provide me with a substance that could cure my beloved. This already put me on edge. I had never met this strange halfling before, yet he knew something so personal about me. I asked him why he would help me so suddenly, and how he knew about that. He simply laughed it off as he brought out a small pot, wrapped with a fabric top, and bound in thin rope with a strange symbol I wasn't familiar with. A yellow symbol that I presumed was just his business logo, as much of his wares bore the same symbol. He simply told me that, in the grand scale of things, it is my business to know the welfare of any and all future customers. I do not know why, but I accepted his offer and paid his rate for the substance, with plans to send it straight back to my home in Eberron. But first, I had to be sure it worked before I sent it to her. 10th of Alturiak, 1502. Today, I got the chance to test out that substance I bought from the halfling merchant, as one of my servants has come down with a grave illness that the local doctors are unable to treat with their standard treatments. I opened the jar. The mixture within was a creamy white in color and smelled like aloe. At first, I thought I had just been scammed, and this was just normal aloe cream. But I pressed on, as I had paid good coin to get it, and I wasn't letting this chance slip away. There was some writing in the fabric used as the cover, saying to take a third of the mixture and apply it to the infected area, or to swallow it. The illness seemed to be within her, so when I came into the servants' quarters, I tested it on the elven girl by taking the mixture into my hand, cocking her head up, and having her swallow it. She coughed at first, as it slid down her throat. But after a few tense moments, the color returned to her skin. The light returned to her eyes, as if she had just been returned to life. She was happy to be cured, and so was I, but not just for her sake, as what I held in my hands was the cure I had been seeking for the past 5 months in this dimension. My darling, I will come back home soon, and once you are cured, we can be together again, and see your face full of life and love once again. Second of Tarsark, 1502. It seems I have come into misfortune in these past months or so. My airship, during the claw of winter, has suffered damage to the arc that allows safe travel between dimensions, meaning that I cannot take the cure back, or send anything back to her anymore. Do the gods curse me with this mockery? Besides, unlike back home, this plane has no artificers that could make the repairs necessary to the ship. I had briefly thought of contacting this Tower of Wonders, as it once was the hub of the new branch of artificing in this dimension. But from what I heard, it has regressed into a place of the arcane only, frankly useless to me now, without the technical knowledge to fix it. Recently, the servants have commented on me walking around at night, my eyes glowing with a dark purple glow and an unnerving aura about me. Vakri refuses to comment on it, only giving me a vague answer that it wanted to stretch its legs. But something isn't right. He's hiding things from me, and I don't like it. What has caused Vakri to become like this? 4th of Eliasis, 1502. I have been here for over a year now, and things are starting to get out of hand. Vakri's nighttime activities are getting more common, despite my reassurances to my servants that they were perfectly safe around Vakri. It's starting to wear on my patience. The torture of not being able to travel home to cure my wife is tearing me apart. My head servant has told me that at night he's seen Vakri going into the basement, and when he went to speak to him, he snarled at him, saying some nonsense about the dreaming dark is calling to him here, and that he hears him. What madness has come over Vakri to act like this? I know he has never been entirely good with people on the material plane, but even so, he was never this bad back home. What about this place has caused such a change in him? "13th of Hammer, 1503. I don't know what's happening to me. It's no longer contained to just the night while I sleep anymore. I feel Vakri's spirit taking me over. Today, one of my servants was serving me some soup and spilled it into my lap, and I exploded into rage and beat the servant within an inch of his life. I felt Vakri's wrath, as did the boy. I had to send him away. And now the servants are fearful of me. I cannot blame them. as Vakri has started becoming much more hostile to my entire staff, becoming violent and deranged with each passing day. My talks with Vakri do little to improve the situation, and worse, he speaks of finding a corpse within the confines of my basement, something he called Norththot. The name means nothing to me, but when Vakri speaks it, it's with an almost religious reverence to it. I fear that what Vakri has uncovered has corrupted his mind. It is also affecting me, as I wake up with cuts on my arms I don't remember, or having blackouts during the day. I'd go to someone for help, but I feel that Vakri would just stop me from leaving the estate. So I must find a way to stop him, if I even can. "23rd of Kythorn, 1503. I saw it during one of Vakri's possessions. We entered the basement, and through this, what I can only call a rift in space, was what looked like a burnt corpse with multicolored hair. I was terrified, yet I couldn't look away, as it had this sort of grip on my mind, making me look at it. I find it harder and harder to stay conscious, yet I managed to write in this diary of mine. It's like Vakri is giving me this time to try and pacify me. I don't know anymore, but that corpse gave me the same unnerving feeling that the halfling merchant gave me when I last saw him. My mind is a mess of memories that are bleeding into each other, and it's hard to try and keep on track. I could try and contact the merchant, but I know it would be a hopeless endeavor, as Vakri would just stop me, even if I had any idea how to contact him. 14th of Nightle, 1503. I sleep, but I get no rest. My body is constantly tired, and my mind under constant assault by Vakri. I believe now that this Norththot has corrupted Vakri and turned him into some kind of disciple or follower. And the times between my conscious time and unconsciousness are getting blurry. Sometimes it feels like I'm coming in and out of a waking nightmare. Darling Delina, forgive me. But I fear that I may no longer be the man you fell in love with. And I am truly ashamed of myself for letting it get this far out of hand. The darkness is coming again. Vakri is going to take over again. "11th of Chess, 1504. It seems that Vakri has taken over me more and more. He's even pretending to be me during times I should be conscious. My spirit grows weary of this struggle, and I fear that soon there won't be much left of me. I don't want to end it like this. and I used most of my strength getting access to the airship's homing crystal, the one used to open the portal to Eberron, and tried my hardest to use what power I had to activate it. But as I am, I lack the magical power to power it. I just want my wife to know I'm sorry that I had failed her and that I had changed for the worse, and that as I am now, I couldn't face her like this. I pray to whatever gods still hear me, that if it should come to pass that I die and ascend to the heavens, and I meet my wife again, I pray she forgives me for my transgressions and for leaving her alone for all these many years. The pain of being without her is more painful than any torture Vakri can come up with. 10th of Eliant, 1504. I feel myself fading. Ironic, considering the name of the month. Trying to stay conscious long enough to write this, as I fear this may be the last time I wake in the material world. Vakri, he seeks to revive Northot, this forgotten elder god, by gathering the memories of myself, my servants, and the townspeople into this mad collection of memories. I see no sane reason to revive this elder god, but Vakri believes it will give him great power. To those who read this, know that I tried to stop him, but I am too weak-willed and too tired to continue my battle. If any adventurers come here to stop Vakri, to stop me, I ask only that you give me an honorable death and kill us. I beg you, as being the puppet of my own Curie, and this elder god is not living, and not something I wish to live with. So, as Navitash Vakri, nobleman and former councilman of Shan, I ask you to end my suffering once and for all.